that was my own experience. My brother, Alan, a number of years ago when David was battling his addiction, and my brother knew that I had already been giving service and had volunteered in this area many years earlier, he called me up frantic one night at 2 o'clock in the morning and said, David wants to get help. Where do I take him? Like, I don't know. I'm clueless. And, I gave him a place to go, and he went there, and they didn't have a bed. And so he's like, called me back at 3 o'clock. Where do I go next? And we were up till 5 in the morning.
So one of the biggest challenges is when somebody's ready to get help, finding that help.
Absolutely.
And what are the roadblocks keeping people from getting help? Not enough beds?
Well,
there's only one.
Well, that's only one. For many years, there was also a great resistance by insurance companies to provide proper services, even though they might have represented in their policies that they would cover addiction services. In actuality, they were rejecting people, turning people away, and saying they wouldn't be covered.
Is there a misconception that addiction is, I don't want to say a choice, but like that people have that much control over it? Or
well, absolutely. That's still something that is being battled across this country, and that is, addiction is often seen still by many, as a moral weakness or a failure.
Right. Okay.
And as a result, there's a stigma attached to it where people think, oh well, you're just not strong enough, or
strong enough, get over it.
You don't have enough willpower and things of this nature. And until you've lived with a loved one or suffered yourself as an individual with an addiction, you can't understand how it takes over and hijacks your brain in a way that you cannot, that there are people who I know and I've observed use against their own will. And that seems to be a hard concept for people to grasp. But if you understand the medical model of addiction, you can understand what happens to people and the enormous suffering that they go through, especially opioid users. There's enormous pain and sickness that goes along with withdrawal, such that they'll pretty much do just about anything to not get sick, and including steal from the people that love them, hurt people, sell their bodies, any number of behaviors that we would think, oh, we'll never go there.
Right.
People in addiction understand that you need to put the comma and the word yet right after that, because you may not have done that yet. But if you get sick enough and are suffering enough, there are many things that unfortunately addicts will find themselves doing that they would have never imagined.